Hey, how you doing? This is Martin, owner and trainer Fuller Fitness. And this video that I am doing is just to talk about one. I'm the owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness, and been doing it for quite a while. Started in high school, and here I am, almost 20 years later, still doing my part towards sharing my passion and my fun with those who let me do it, whether it's on YouTube, in person, or live online, or even online. And the reason I bring that up is just to let you know what the options are. So if you're in Rochester, New York, and interested in in-person workouts, that's great because it's literally summertime now. Um, Yeah, literally summertime now. There's another word I was going to use, but literally, technically, summertime now as far as the date. So, for those that are interested in-person workouts, depending on the weather, we actually have the option to do that. With it not being cold, and then hopefully it's not raining on certain days, to where we can do that. And then thankfully, with this generation of availability, there's an option of doing live online, and that's whether you're in Rochester, New York, or not. So you have that option of doing live online. You don't have to drive anywhere. All you have to do is let me know what kind of equipment that you have, or not, but what kind of equipment you have, so that way the workouts are based off of what you have, what you're able to do, um, and at the same time, even if you don't have certain any equipment, to where we can still do certain things, because your body can still be an awesome tool or bit of equipment to still be able to get certain things done, on pretty much regardless of what your goal is. Um, as far as live, yeah, as far as live online workouts, all you have to do is download the app that I use to complete your workouts, to where you will have your own personal profile, even for those who are doing group workouts as far as live online is concerned. So hopefully there's no confusion there. So as far as online or live online, it's still the same app. Just the only difference would be whether or not it's live, or the workouts you're doing are pre-recorded. Um, and if it's one-on-one, you get your own personal profile. But at the same time, if it's group workout program that you're on, you still get your own personal profile, to where you get to leave. I don't really focus on a scale. I can care less about using a scale, so that might be offensive, but that's true. And if you were to meet and talk to any previous clients and current clients, they would tell you the same thing, because a lot of people focus on weight way too much. Um, that could be the fault of your doctor telling you you need to lose more weight than you do. Coaches at school, or whoever, whatever, um, having the idea that you have to lose more weight than you probably necessarily need to, because we all have muscle. Muscle is important, and that's whether you're a man or a woman. Muscle is important for us to live our best life, especially as we get to the later stages of life, 40s, 50s, 60s, and above, to have strong muscles and bones, so that we can live as best as we can and should, because you're taking care of yourself, hopefully. Um, you get your own profile, to where you have pictures that I use for you and I to keep up with your progress. So again, instead of you getting on a scale every day, or even every week, we'll go by pictures. And even then, we're only going to do that maybe bi-weekly. Um, to keep up with the pictures, to where you take a picture front, side, and back. So that way you and I can both see what we need to see. And instead of you focusing on whether or not you lost 40 pounds or not, especially if you don't need to lose 40 pounds or not, regardless of what you might have heard from certain people, if anyone, you should be able to see the difference in pictures. And that's pretty much regardless, or that's regardless of what your program was or is, or even will be. To see the difference, to where it's just like, because you see yourself every day, you won't see the difference all the time. But if you take pictures bi-weekly, or even every 4 to 6 weeks, and you take pictures front, back, and side, you should be able to see a difference in, you know, the hopefully, if as long as you're active, having less fat in the arms, having less fat around the chest, more so for guys, I guess. And then again, looking at the side, you have that angle to see things a little different, you know, in the upper and the lower body. And then once you take your pictures of the back, not seeing all that back flab, and again, just seeing all these differences in how much fat you're losing. And then not only to see how much fat that you're losing, as long as you're staying active and eating healthy, and then at least trying to stay active and eating healthy, making time for that. Noticing that with you having less fat while doing your workouts, trying to eat healthy every day. Not saying you can't have certain things sometimes, cookies or chips or anything like that, but trying to not eat that as much. Noticing that you have less fat, you feel better, you look better, and hopefully not being upset just because the scale doesn't show you a certain number. So if and then this isn't to pick on anyone, but if you're a woman and you weigh 160 pounds or heavier right now, and you start a workout program, and let's say 4 weeks later you only lost 10 pounds, you shouldn't be as upset about that. Because yes, according to your BMI, it's going to tell you that you should weigh a certain amount based off of you being 5'5" and 160 or whatever it is. But what it doesn't help us with, or help anyone understand, which is where my job comes in as a fitness trainer, and then I just happen to be the owner of my business, is that it doesn't share that part of, yes, you are a certain height and weigh a certain amount, but it doesn't provide the information that most of us need, in terms of, okay, yes, I weigh this much, but it doesn't mean that if you see 160 pounds on the scale, that doesn't mean your 160 pounds is fat. So that's what people have to take into consideration, regardless of the age or gender. If you see a certain number on the scale, not only to see that number, but having an understanding of why that number is what it is. First of all, take into consideration how much muscle you have. I believe that's what we have to take in consideration first, because fat is not necessarily heavy. Fat takes up space. That's where the problem is for a lot of people, almost regardless of their age, especially for those who are at least, I want to say at least 35 years old or older, having the issue of seeing certain magazines that they've seen for at least 2 decades, if not longer, seeing certain commercials that they have seen for at least 2 decades, if not longer, talking to certain people within the last 25 years, if not longer. So I understand that in terms of getting bad information for so long. So again, this is why I'm doing this video, to hopefully help people overcome that mistake of seeing a certain number on the scale and not understanding that just because you see a certain number, it doesn't mean you have to try to lose 30 or more pounds. One, two, you will feel and look your best just by trying to be fit, trying to be active. And then even if you don't like it, doing it anyway, which is, it sounds weird, but doing it anyway because it's good for all of us. It just so happened that I love doing it. And some others do too. So another reason I put this video together, because again, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like it. So with me as owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness, I enjoy doing it. So as your trainer, for those who hire me, or even if you just subscribe to my channel so that I can help you that way, which is a little bit. I want to do, I don't have to, but I want to do my part to try to make your workouts fun, because again, there's a lot of people who don't like it. So whether it's in person, it's pre-recorded, or it's live online, there's multiple ways for me to help you depending on what you let me do, based off of your schedule and your budget. And I will definitely do my part to, one, make sure it's working, and then two, doing my part to make sure it's fun, so that way you can continue to do it. It's working, you feel better, you look better, and that should be regardless of the season. So yes, it's summertime now, but why be fat and unhealthy in a winter time just because you're not in a bathing suit? Don't you, you know, depending on what you have going on, I would think you could and should feel and look your best when you're naked. You hopefully shave and shower and do all these things year round. So yes, you want to look at least a little bit better, if not a lot better, in the summertime, spring and summertime. But then once those seasons are done, you have all these days, weeks, and months to hopefully still look and feel your best. So that way, one, you don't have to try so hard to look and feel your best come spring and summertime if you keep it going. And like I said, for me, doing my part to make sure it's fun and definitely to make sure it's working. So again, for me, if you're in Rochester, New York, in person, and then for the first session, it's free. So that way, it's just better for you and me, for you to try it before you buy, to see if you like my personality, if you like some of what I'm doing, because obviously it's just a one session, to try it. Same thing for pre-recorded workouts, to where, I'll give you a couple of workouts to try to see if you like at least some of what you're seeing, the way the videos are done. And then again, you have live online workouts, to where you'll see me the way you see me now, except it'll be live, and we'll be able to communicate live, compared to the other options, or at least as far as the pre-recorded workouts, you would have to send me a message on the app that I use to provide workouts, which is fine. Send me messages, asking questions, any concerns, and then I definitely communicate with you there. All right, and the app that I use is Trainerize, and I will definitely leave the information at the bottom of the video for you to look at if you're interested. Again, as far as videos are concerned, at least with YouTube, subscribe so that way you can be notified of new videos that are coming out, whatever I'm doing, whether it's a workout, it's stretching, self massage with certain equipment that is needed, depending on what you have and what you need based off of your size and weight to uh, release the tension in your muscles. So again, to try to avoid having this video being too long, the specific reason for the video, as I mentioned in the beginning, is to notify those that are interested in needing a trainer. Some people want a trainer, so we have different reasons on how and why we do things. And like I said, if you're in Rochester, New York, it's summertime now, so you obviously have that option in terms of working out outside. And because I don't own a gym, so working out outside to avoid your membership at the gym being canceled for those who have a gym. Then obviously, if you don't have a gym, we're good to go. As far as pre-recorded workouts, you have your own profile, and then there's a workout calendar to where, let's see, what's today? Thursday. So if you had a workout today, all you have to go in and do is go into your profile, go to your workout calendar, complete your workout for today, and then obviously whatever other days we agreed to have workouts in your calendar, you just complete it. And then once you complete, at least with the way I do it, if with the pre-recorded workouts, I just put all your workouts on there for the month, and then you just complete them, and then we communicate on how you feel and how you're doing and what changes might need to be made. Then we go from there. As far as live online workouts are concerned, again, it's just like I'm doing right now. The only difference is it'll be live, so that way you can ask me, your questions as you're going. I can make my proper suggestions as we're going, because I'll actually be able to see you. Then you'll actually be able to see me. Not that that matters all that much in terms of seeing me, but at the same time, that's an option that we have, especially for me to see you, so I can help you at least a little bit better in terms of that option. So again, the app that I use is Trainerize, and then I'll leave a link so you can specifically get to my profile, because it's just me. So again, if you have certain comments, you can leave the comment here or go to the app, and I'll leave the link so that way we can get started there. So again, this is all about the option of hiring a trainer, and before that, the option to try before you buy. So the option to do, if you're in Rochester, New York, and in a certain area, for us to meet, go through somewhat of an interview process to see if you're actually going to start the trial of a workout. Same with online, it's just that you won't see me. So with the pre-recorded, you go to the app, we go back and forth as far as messages, but I am hoping for us to have a live conversation to, again, make sure this is a program that's right, or an option that's right for you. And then same with live online workouts, for us to hopefully have a live discussion to see if I'm right for you, and at the same time whether or not I might be able to deal with you as a client. That might sound weird, but it's true. And then obviously, if all is well, as far as the in-person, we keep that going for a certain number of sessions per month, depending on what our agreement is. As far as pre-recorded workouts on the app, similar, in terms of if we feel we're a good team for each other, for you to start doing that. And then as far as live online, similar to in person, except that we won't be in the same room or the same location, but definitely be able to see each other. So again, once it gets to the point to where we feel we're good enough for now, if not long term, excuse me, we go ahead and start the program. And then as long as things are done the way they need to be done to get you the best results possible, we keep that going. So I will put the link under this video, and I look forward to putting awesome videos together for you. This is Martone, owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness. Have a great day.